So we just got our Multistrada back from our local dealership after having roughly $4,000 worth of maintenance to it. So now I have to fix it. So first I want to say welcome back to the channel. I'm Chris, this is 4K Motoring, and if you've been following my channel for any length of time, you've known I've had this 2022 Multistrada since new and have about 35,000 miles on it at this point. Well, recently I took it to my local dealership. Now, this is a fairly new dealership in the Raleigh area, but it has some techs that have been around for a while, and I've known these people for a long time. They're very good to me. So I noticed a couple months ago I was having an issue. I've talked about this before on my channel, and on the side here, right there near the stator wire, I noticed an oil leak. I thought it was coming from that. As I used my borescope, I was able to actually see the oil was pooling from inside, and talking to my local tech, I guess it's a pretty common issue with these Ducatis that the water pump has a bad oil seal that starts leaking after a while and weeps into that center valley and out the sides. Through some diagnostic work, we were able to determine that's what it was. So we went ahead and did a warranty claim through the Ducati Everred system, which, if you know my history with that program, I wasn't too hopeful for, but to my surprise, they came through, zero fuss, and they just approved it. So under the warranty job, I was able to get a new water pump, oil change, coolant flush, and the labor included, which I thought was a pretty good deal. Now, naturally, with as much as I ride this bike, I'm at about 35,000 miles with it, and I knew that I was coming up on the valve service interval. I figured it might as well be a good time to get the valves done since they're going to have half the bike apart anyway. Save me a little bit in labor, or so I hoped, and get it all done so it's just ready to go at this point. So that's what I told them to go ahead and do. We did the warranty job, and then on top of that, we went ahead and did the valve service as well, and here's how that turned out. So good news first, this 2022 Multistrada with the Granturismo V4 motor from Ducati, the spring valve engine, has an interval of about 37,000 miles between valve service intervals, right about 35,000 miles on this thing with some pretty darn aggressive riding, if I do say so myself. This has not been treated nicely, except for oil changes. I've religiously done oil changes every 5,000 miles with Motul 7100. Aside from that, this has been ridden hard and seen some abuse. That said, my valves were all perfectly within spec, so I was quite surprised at that. The amount of disassembly it takes to get to the center of the motor here to do the valves is pretty astounding. This is not an uncomplicated bike at all. There's a lot of parts and pieces that have to be removed in sequence and disassembled just to get down to where you need to be to do the valves and to do the spark plugs. So the labor still was not insignificant for that job, even with the side case already taken apart. And on top of that service, I did go ahead and replace this side cover with one from something like the Multistrada RS or the Street Fighter or any of those V4 variants that have the two-piece clutch for the dry clutch. Well, I don't have a dry clutch, and I wasn't going to go to a dry clutch because I actually ride this bike, and that's silly. But I do plan on putting on a clear clutch cover on this particular model, so I needed to replace the side case since it was coming off anyway, so I went ahead and ordered that. So the first part of this video, I really just want to tell you that the valves were fully in spec for this bike. The spring valve motor is actually doing quite well, and I know with a lot of manufacturers, the spring valve motor, especially in street trim where they're kind of under stressed, are doing pretty well. Well, this thing with 35,000 miles, every valve was in spec. I'm going to leave a list up here of the recommended specs and what mine were, just so you can see them to see it for yourself, but everything was where it needed to be. No adjustments needed to be made, other than removing a bunch of money from my wallet to get to them. So, I said I now have to fix it. What went wrong? Well, this is kind of an attention to detail issue that I've had before with these service techs. Now, I'm not going to say anything bad about the people because the people are awesome. They're really good to me. They're really good people. And for mechanical work, typically they do really well. The problem is the attention to detail on the non-important stuff. And that's where I've got some issues. So the first thing I noticed while sitting on the bike getting ready to leave was that there is now a plug that is just hanging out unplugged in the bike. That is not how I left it. So this was an accessory I added myself, so I don't blame them a whole lot. It wasn't a Ducati factory thing that they had instructions for, but obviously it was something that was connected when I brought the bike to them that they didn't reconnect afterwards. That's going to be to my dash cam system, this Innov, I believe this is the K7 dash cam. And I've been running this for a while. It is one of the simplest and best looking dash cams that I found for motorcycles. I love it. There's really no boxes or anything. It's just running the cameras and powered under the seat. They disconnected it and didn't reconnect it. Unfortunately, because of that, I've got to now take off this whole side panel here to try and find where that wiring was to plug it back in. Luckily, the side panel wasn't fully reseated or reconnected because the gap that's in here is freaking huge. The push clip never got installed correctly, so I'm not sure how this side panel is even staying on. Now, that wouldn't be terrible if that's all it was, but I noticed when I turned the bike on, I have these Denali lights, and again, these are aftermarket lights. These are not Ducati lights, so I kind of give the tech a little pass, but if you turn the bike on, he would instantly notice the problem that he connected this incorrectly. I think this is going to be an easier fix on this side, but the wiring harness that comes out for these Denali D7 Pro lights have two connections. One for this center X-ring light here, the amber, and one for the outer lenses. And he connected them all to the same circuit. So this one, the whole light turns on when it should just be the yellow piece in the middle, whereas this one is acting correctly with just the amber piece. It's something that if you turn the bike on, you'd instantly notice this was wrong. I'm sure they tested it, but I guess they didn't bother to fix it. So now I've got to take at least a little bit of this side off, hopefully not all of this side off, to be able to get to that wiring harness to replace those connectors. And after just spending the kind of money I just spent on this bike, that's a little upsetting. And speaking of attention to detail, I did get a notice on my phone about tire pressure. They set my rear tire pressure to 42 PSI, which with the bags, that's okay. That's within Ducati spec for 2 up or fully loaded. I'm okay with that. But they also set this front tire to 42 PSI, which is not correct at all. So those little attention to detail things just kind of bother me because they get missed. With just a T25 and a 4mm hex key, I was able to get this whole side panel off. Now, this comes off in 2 pieces. The first piece is obviously this big cover here, that large cover. And that has 2 of these very large bolts, these right here, that are T25's Torx. They're the only Torx that's needed. 2 of those big ones, and then 1 little 4mm that is up here in the corner, and that cover comes off. Once that cover is off, we can take off these other 2 panels. The back panel just has a 4mm bolt here and another one that goes up under here, and it just pops off. There's one of these little pull tabs right here, one of these tension pops that just comes off. That back piece comes off, and then the front piece just has 2 little 4mm hex bolts, one there and one right up there, and that just pulls off. You do have a couple of these tabs as well that provide tension, kind of springs in there and provides tension to get that out. Now, what I found on this side, this is the one I was worried about because I didn't know how deep I'd have to go to get to my wiring. Turns out I didn't even have to take this part apart. So if I show you inside, right in here, I've got the wires connected because the other half of this wire was sitting just behind here. I probably could have reached it if I had really looked inside without taking the side panel apart. Obviously, with it apart, I was able to follow my traces and see everything was pretty well the way I had left it the last time. So that was exactly where I had left it. It just wasn't reconnected. Attention to detail thing that just got left out. A little bit disappointing, but I understand it. That was easy enough. Hopefully we have this still aligned enough to put it back together. The hardest part is getting the little vent piece here in line with that rubber thing. And since I have this extra wiring, making sure there's room for all the wiring to not get pinched when I do it is really what's the most difficult part of this. If you don't have the extra lights on there, this is a whole lot easier. So I'm actually kind of impressed. I guess it's this Ducati Service shirt that I got. I was able to take this thing apart and put it back together in record time. Now, it probably helps that I've done this so many times already installing this stuff, but I was able to get it figured out and back together pretty quickly. What I found was pretty easy. First off, like I said, the front camera was just the connection was disconnected inside. Both wires were right there. It was really easy to do. It was just missed, which is frustrating for me, especially paying the kind of money I paid at that shop. With tax, the service that I paid for was $2,100. It was about $1,900 plus tax. And that was for the valve service with spark plugs. They didn't change an air filter. That didn't include any of the fluid flushes. That was just those things, which to me seems a little high. Obviously, I know in modern times, costs have just skyrocketed, labor costs have skyrocketed, and to get good service, typically you pay for it. But if I then have to take the bike apart at my home after I get it back, is the service that good? Now, on top of that, the wiring itself, I know is partially my fault. The cables that come with the Denali kit, when you actually order this stuff, it doesn't come with ideally perfect stuff for the D7 Pros. It came with a Y cable, so a single input, dual output cable with the CanSport system I got, and then a single in, single out that came with the Denali's, or vice versa, something like that had happened. Whereas these Denali's use 2 different circuits for each light, so 4 circuits total for both lights. And with that Y cable, there's one output that is just dangling in there unused. So my tech put them together incorrectly, and I don't fully blame him for that, but he did pin the other one up totally out of the way. So it was just a mistake, a bit of confusion. I did have colored zip ties to show which ones went together, so it should have been a little bit more obvious, but if he didn't understand my system, it's not a Ducati thing. I get it. They were at least plugged into something. Overall, it was pretty easy to put back together. The front wheel was pretty easy just to bleed a little bit of air pressure out of to get it down to where I needed it to be. Other than that, the bike is back together. Everything else went pretty well. I mean, the bike runs fine. It starts up good. It was left out in the rain a little bit this morning, so it got a little bit dirty, but this bike has been plenty dirty before. Hopefully soon we'll be ordering a clear clutch cover for this bike, maybe replacing the clutch as well, just because it has as many miles as it does and we have to take it apart anyway. Might as well do all of that. If you guys have any recommendations for clear clutch covers, please let me know in the comments below so I can figure out which one I want to order. That was my day today. I was able to pick up this bike. I'm going to leave copies of everything that was done to show you the cost of everything here in Raleigh. I don't know if it's going to be the same where you are, but I imagine costs are creeping up everywhere. If you guys have had the Desmo Service, which is still what they call this valve service done on your Multistrada, let me know in the comments below how much you paid. I'm sure people that are waiting to get this done would be happy to see what other people have paid so they have at least a bargaining chip for their dealership. I believe the labor rate at the local dealership here is $180 an hour, which I understand it's Ducati, but it still seems a bit high. My tech was nice enough to go ahead and help me out with this side case. Now again, I purchased this side case, the 2-piece one, the same one that's on the Multistrada V4 RS or something like the Street Fighter, Panigale, it's all the same V4 side case. It was made for the dry clutch that comes on the V4 RS is the one we ordered. Obviously the actual basket itself, the basket cover, this piece right here for the dry clutch has a couple of air breather gaps on there so it gets some airflow to that clutch. You don't want that on a wet clutch, obviously. So my tech was able to bring this piece from home that he had extra to put this on my bike for the wet clutch, just for now until I order whatever clear clutch cover I'm gonna get. With these GV bars, if you order this, they don't clear this modular clutch cover. So he did have to notch out a couple pieces. He was able to paint them back so they didn't rust, and I think he did a pretty good job with that, and I do appreciate that. So guys, what do you think? Obviously, everything that was left off of this bike were all things that I put on there. They're all aftermarket. They're not Ducati parts. So I'm not terribly upset that it happened, but obviously paying $180 an hour, spending over $2,000 for this service that ultimately didn't need to be done because the valves were in spec, I would have liked to receive the bike back in the condition I left it in. And that is just a little bit frustrating when I have to do work myself. So hopefully you've got something from this video. Hopefully you've gotten some information that's at least a little bit helpful, if not entertaining for you. Again, I'm going to leave a link to the video where I tear down basically the whole front of this bike. If you need any instructions on how to do that, down in the description below. So if you want to follow along for the additional journeys for this Multistrada or any of the other toys on my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you're following along down below. And as always, I'm Chris. We'll see you next time.